Hey everyone, so I am out just for a random walk in the woods today. As you can see by the way everything is glistening, we had an ice storm yesterday and then it snowed a little bit on top of it, so I don't need the ice cleats. The little bit of snow we had on top of the ice actually makes it so that it's nice and sticky to walk on. But yeah, this is winter in New England. I just like the way the light's hitting that, making that all so glistening. So anyway, it's the first week of February. Today's February 6th to be exact. Hard to believe it's been 3 weeks since I've shared a video with you. Things have gotten a little crazy over the past month. So first of all, I just want to say I hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year's. I got time to spend with my family to enjoy it. I got to see my nieces, which was always great. They're so lovingly. My nieces are the world to me. But yeah, so I haven't been getting out much this winter. Winter here in Northern Rhode Island has been very, very strange. Up until about mid-January, we had warm weather. We had a lot of rain. Didn't really have any snow. And then once the cold weather did come, we had dangerous wind chills of below zero. So you just could not get out. It was just a way too cold. Any exposed skin, you risk frostbite. And then we had couple snowfalls, one of which I accidentally damaged my car going to work. More of my work in just a little bit. My car had decided to go straight when I wanted to turn, and so that ended up costing me about $600 in damage to the tire, the rim, and the controller arm. Then we had a blizzard about a week ago, which brought us about 2 feet of snow, but a lot of that had melted, so it was not good snowshoeing weather. So right now I'm actually walking on top of ice and snow, so snowshoes really would not do me any good today anyway. So about my job, I had taken a temporary seasonal position at LL Bean. I was selling outdoor gear. I really loved the job. I was in my element. Between the camping gear, the trekking poles, the snowshoes, a little bit of boots, clothing, and whatnot. I was kind of sad when that came to an end, but when I took the job, I knew it was temporary seasonal help and just didn't know exactly how long it was going to last. I was hoping I would stay permanent, but that didn't work out. But they did say I was eligible for rehire for the next peak season, which there's one in the summertime and then also Christmas. So what have I been doing with myself? I'll explain that in a minute, but first I think I'm going to take this side trail right here. Never actually been down this trail. In fact, this trail did not exist when I lived up here. This is something new they put in. Looks like we had either a Jeep or some four-wheelers come through here. Well, looks like the trail does go on the other side, but this is going to be the end for now. Come up to the river, and the river this time of year is high for crossing. There is a house just up over the bank, And because I'm on this side of the river, I do believe I'm still on state land. However, I can't go any further on that trail because of that river. Looks like there's an opening over here where there's some swamp. Looks like there is a little way to get back here. So I'm going to try getting back here. Oh, this opens up nicely. Oh yeah, this is nice. Yep, just sunk down about a foot of snow. But that's okay. So yeah, this is pretty nice up there, up through here. And looks like the trail might continue going that way, but I don't know how swampy it is going up through there. A lot of dead trees. Looks like the woodpeckers have been liking it. Just absolutely beautiful back here. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go find a spot. You know, that foot of snow there just fell through. I'm just gonna go find a spot right now where we can sit down and have a little bit of a chat about my plans for 2022. Like I said, I am not one to make too many plans because I know what can happen. But just want to share a little bit of thoughts with you. Alrighty, well, I think I found a nice spot to kind of take a break and talk to you all. So what's going on for 2022? Well, over the Christmas time, I had made up a bunch of skin moisturizers, room scents, and also rolled my own smudging sticks out of sage. And I gave them away as Christmas gifts to family, a couple co-workers, and then I had a friend of a co-worker approach me and asked me if I had any left over. So I gave some skin moisturizer to her. Everybody just absolutely loved it. It was very well received, and they were asking if I would start selling it. Kind of put that on the back burner for a little bit, but then the more I thought about it, everybody is really getting into natural ingredients, and so on I. If you take a look at some of the stuff that's being sold in your big box stores, it has just so many additives and preservatives and ingredients you cannot pronounce, which are probably carcinogens. And my wife doesn't even shop at Bath and Body Works anymore. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, expand my business, and actually sell these products. So about 24 hours ago, at the recording of this video, I went ahead and launched my Etsy store, S. Herview Gifts. So if you take a look at my channel name, it's Scott Herview Outdoors. So go over to Etsy, use my first initial, last name, and gifts, all as one word, S. Herview Gifts, and that'll bring you to my store. So I've got the skin moisturizer out there, a bunch of different scents, all natural. It's only 3 ingredients. I use only essential oils that were derived from natural herbs and plants. If it says perfume and nothing else, I don't use it. So it's actually only 3 ingredients. The sage smudge sticks are also out there. So if you're into smudging to get that calm aurora and self-cleaning and healing and all that, I've got a limited supply out there. I'm currently growing a bunch of sage, so I'm waiting on those plants. I don't want to have to rely on outside sources that may have used pesticides on them that are harmful and may have dried out a little too long. So I'm growing my own sage, which hopefully I'll have a whole bunch this summer, but I've got a limited supply out there now. The other thing I decided to was, why not just launch into the whole aromatherapy? So I started making my own wax melts, or tarts as we call them here in New England, where they're not going to have any dye. They're just going to be natural wax color. So this way here, they're cleaner burning, less ingredients, a little bit cost less. They will not stain your wax burner. I have an electric burner that I test everything with, and from using regular big box store tarts, It's got a little bit of stain, especially if you're using a porcelain one that's not glazed properly. So I test mine with no dyes at all and just some fragrances. Again, they're all natural. They're also going to be all plant derived as well. I have a company that I'm talking to right now that I can buy the bulk wax and all natural bulk fragrances and also the clamshells. Right now I'm doing package bags. I have not bought the clamshells yet, but that's coming. The room sprays, I'm still working on the exact formula of that. Started out being a body spritz, but everybody said it was too heavily scented for that. However, several people have started cleaning with it, and my wife has started also cleaning and dusting with it, and it's not overly scented for that, but the good thing about that is it does neutralize odors. We have a dog, so there's occasional pet owners. My wife dropped one of her White Claws, and we put that spray on it and it neutralized it. So I'm just tweaking the formula a little bit so it just doesn't have that heavy scent, but yet it still works. And then also a lot of people like reed diffusers, which is the sticks in the bottle with the scent, because those are easy. You just got to flip the sticks every so often. Problem is you can't find those in the stores anymore. You can find a limited supply at Christmas time, but then afterwards you just can't find the oil to refill it, or you can't find the reed sticks, because the reed sticks are only good until they get totally saturated and softened. So I'm developing my own line of that. I'm still experimenting with the formula. That'll be coming out also, hopefully shortly. I'm trying to get everything ready to hit the farmers market and the local craft festivals here in the Rhode Island area, and then also selling everything nationwide and up into Canada through my Etsy store. Hopefully I'll branch out worldwide, but there's something about needing an international tariff number, which I've got to look into. What else? Oh, my photography and artwork. So I mentioned before Zazzle. There was some issues with, especially thanks to this pandemic. Zazzle outsources everything to these smaller companies. Like one company might make paper plates, another one might make pillows, another one might make tote bags, another one might make puzzles. They only make their own paper products, which is pretty much greeting cards and invitations in-house. So there was a lot going on with that over the pandemic, and a lot of these smaller companies had just shut down, and I lost a lot of product that way. It seems like it's coming back. Not the same companies, but some of them are the same companies. So I think probably what's going on is with this pandemic, and especially here locally, a lot of people are just dealing with the mandates best as they can. Other people are just saying, screw the mandates, we're just going to operate. So a lot of these businesses are just doing whatever they want and whatever it takes to stay open. So started posting a few more products on Zazzle, still not to the level that it once was. So mostly I've still been focusing on Society 6, where I can upload one image and it gets posted probably to about 30 different products. And a lot of the products on Zazzle and Society 6 overlap anyway, offering the same products. It's just, it seems Zazzle, I have more international sales as opposed to here in the United States. I do get a lot of sales here in the United States, but I've also got a lot of sales internationally, Europe, Australia, and other places. Society 6, I can't tell where those sales are coming from. Truthfully, it just says you have a sale. So Zazzle, it tells me the username of the person who bought it and the city, state, or country that they bought it from. So that gives me a little indication. But yeah, sales, they were a little dim over Christmas time. Again, we had more issues with the pandemic. Plus, I think a lot of people are worried because supply chain issues and the fact of inflation. Prices are going up like crazy. You can't find a lot of stuff. Plus, now there are talks that we might go to war with Russia over the Ukraine and what's going to happen with that. So, but I'm seeing sales are starting to come back, which is a good thing. So, which is why I launched the Etsy store. Also, the products that I make and sell over Etsy, I have more control over those products and shipping, make sure they get out there and such. So really looking forward to hopefully things turning around in 2022, getting back to normal. Yeah, my YouTube channel still does not have the number of subscribers or watch time to monetize that yet. I've experimented with Patreon and Coffee. Really did not generate what I was hoping it would do, so I decided to move my written blog to my website, where you can just view that for free, see what I'm up to behind the scenes. I'll try to post some more behind the scene videos, but I really want my YouTube channel to remain mostly about the outdoors, and then just mention my products sporadically. So I'll have links down in the description. You can go to my main website, sreviewphotography.com. It has all the links and such. My Art of Wear store, which is out of Canada, I thought about actually shutting that down. It's not generating the sales that I would hope it was, especially with it being a Canadian entity and everything going on with the lockdowns from the pandemic to now this whole trucking thing where all the trucks are just storming Ontario and the remaining parks. So the only reason why I decided to keep the Art of Wear store open is they have now come out with these market-sized tote bags. And the one thing about the market-sized tote bags is here in New England and a lot of other states are doing away with bags, grocery bags. Other stores are not going to have bags at all, or you have to buy them. Whereas these market-sized tote bags that they offer are good for groceries, they're good for other stores, they're pretty big. So I'm going to design on those. I'm going to keep the outerwear store open probably for the next foreseeable future. Just do limited things like the tote bags, scarves, and the beanie hats with my photography designs and other things, because I have sold a few of those. So that's my plan for 2022 with my business, my YouTube channel. Hopefully the weather cooperates through the rest of this year where I can get out and do some more hiking. We don't have these like sub-zero temperatures where you can risk frostbite. We don't have these blizzards that there's driving bans where I can't get out of the house, and the ice storms stay limited. Although I would like a little more snow so that I could do some snowshoeing. Today's not a snowshoeing day because this is all hard packed. I'm actually walking on top of it. And like I said, I didn't wear my crampons or my cleats because of the fact that it's just so hard packed, and the snow we got last night's kind of sticky, so I'm not sliding anywhere. So I'm gonna hike up just a little bit more, and then we'll see what we see from there. Hopefully the camera's catching this. This is a good sign. Deer activity has been very limited up in these woods, but this is a good sign that it appears the deer are coming back. Glad that the deer are starting to come back up through this area. I've only actually seen one deer up in these woods in my lifetime. I have seen other tracks, but they're few and far in between. So usually the cold air just chokes me with my asthma. I get coughing and everything. But today it just feels good. Feels good to get out here. Feels good to get this cold air in my lungs. Feels good just to be out in the winter snow and everything. I enjoy days like today. It's quiet in these woods. See a few birds flying around. Just kind of watching my step because, like I said, somebody came through here with looks like a four-wheel drive. It's kind of chewed up the road a bit. Look how all that just glistens with the sun hitting it. Hoping the camera's picking it up. Well, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but what we got going on up through here appears to be a rabbit. There were rabbits up here when I was a kid also. These tracks are kind of old with the snow and ice. I can't tell what they were. Alrighty, well, looks like we got some more tracks up through here. Something's been up through here. I'm not sure if it's deer or not. The way the tracks are, I can't really tell. Look at that ice glisten. That's nice. So I want to show you something. If you're ever out doing primitive camping, I came across one of these pods. Here they are. Inside this pod, now this one's frozen. It's been broken open, so all the insides are actually gone, but you can find them during the right time of the year. They're actually full of this like cotton type of seed material, and it's just an awesome fire starter. Come across that, put that in your pack for when you're doing out primitive camping, and then you can go ahead and light that easily with a ferro rod. Yeah, look at the way that ice is just glistening in the sun. That's beautiful. So all this open area was once all hunting fields. I don't know how much hunting still goes on up in this area. It seems like hunting is on a decline, especially up here in Rhode Island. Don't see as many cars in the hunting parking lots as I used to compared to when I was young and I did a lot of hunting. I don't hunt at all anymore. I just like getting out in the woods. This trail right here is a shortcut up to another area that I used to go to a lot. Now, in the summertime, good luck on this trail right here between these two fields. It is just overgrown. Sometimes the state comes in here and mows it down. Sometimes they do not. But it's just a nice open area. Look at those trees just glisten. That ice on it. That's nice. Especially with my sunglasses. Wish I had the polarizer on the GoPro right now. I'd probably pick it up much, much better. So, some of the trees they're actually looking at through here that have all these vines taken over. At one time, they were actually apple trees. Some of them were crab apples, some of them were regular apple. Never really ate off them. They did not bear any fruit when I was a kid, except for like maybe one or two. But yeah, that's an old one there. Not sure about that one. I think that one was too. So we used to sit on the rock over there. Those at one time were pine and some of the apple trees. When I was a kid coming up through this area, these woods used to be loaded with blueberries, blackberries, black raspberries, and purple grapes. Not sure if the purple grapes were wild or not, or they left over from an old homestead that used to be up through here, but when I was a kid, we used to get by the bucketfuls and by the stomachfuls of just blueberries, grapes, blackberries, black raspberries, you name it. It was up here. Came up here a few summers ago, and to be honest, all that was all gone. Did not see any more grapes growing, did not see any more blueberries, raspberries. Kind of missed that being through here, because especially like once around the first frost happens, those grapes would get nice and sweet just before they would get the large seeds in them, and you could actually smell them up through the woods and over on one of the roads where it used to grow on the side of the road. But yeah, all that is all gone now. Well, the wind's starting to pick up. Days are getting longer now that we're into February, but it's probably going to get dark shortly, so I'm going to cut my time short. I'm going to head out of these woods, and we'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully the weather cooperates and it's not another 3 to 4 weeks before I post my next one. But yeah, just want to thank you for your support of my channel, viewing my videos, continuing buying my products, and taking a look at the new products that I'm launching, because the money from those products actually go towards my summer trips and my camping, so it helps me make more videos for you all to enjoy. and just get outside. Hopefully, with the job situation, now that my temporary job's coming to an end, because it's peak season's over with and the stores are getting slow, hopefully I can pick up another job selling outdoor gear and camping supplies. But if not, I'll probably look at a couple different gardening places. Although I do got to be careful with how much I lift. But yeah. All I gotta say is, as I'm closing out, is get outside, enjoy the weather. You know, there's something to be enjoyed all 4 seasons. And this cold air in my lungs just feels great. So we'll see you all in the next video. I'm Scott Herview with Scott Herview Outdoors. Also Scott Herview Photography and Scott Herview Photography and Gifts. So we'll see you next time.